Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another sunrise safari here in the beautiful Amakhala private game reserve. My name is Eric, joined by Morgan behind the camera, and this morning we are going to be looking for a couple of plains game. We actually had we had a nice afternoon yesterday looking for the three amigos and Minier Guapo and one of his mistresses, to whom we actually did not see as much as we had wanted. We found them pretty much in the bush, but we did see the three amigos, and they are doing well. Now, of course, joining us is Cedric and Maxine. Cedric in the Sabi Sands, Maxine in the beautiful Sandringham private game reserve. And they'll also be heading out this morning to see just exactly what they can find in their reserves, respectively.
So this is Rulani's mom, and as you can see, Kuchava, this lovely leopardess, is just plucking away at this kill and trying to get rid of all that fur that she doesn't want to devour. Oof. It looks like she's killed a duiker, so one of the small antelopes that we do have around here. And she's taking it up into a tree where we've seen her many a time, as well as we've seen her mother, Tundi, up in this tree many a time. So it looks like it's one of these trees that she does enjoy quite a bit. But look how she plucks it away, plucking that fur off. And why she does that, her stomach enzymes ain't as strong as your lions or your hyenas, where they will pretty much devour everything, and it'll break down even the fur, some of the fur. But with the leopard, they try and get rid of that fur and then go for the skin and for the meat. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what she might be doing, she might eat as much as possible. She's already eaten quite a bit. And then she might actually bring the last bit of the kill down and might drag it back or take it back to the two youngsters. That's quite far towards Jackie's Sabi House Lodge area. So, and we're close to, if you'd like to know where we're on a road called One Eye Pan, practically, just onto the eastern side of Chitwa Lodge. As you can see, feeding away, crushing through that bone. Safari vibes, yeah, it's always lovely. It's always fantastic just to spend a little bit of time with Kuchava. I mean, we don't get to. Oh, this is the first. Well, it's the second time we saw her yesterday morning. Yeah, we saw her yesterday morning. So it's nice to see her once again. We've been very fortunate with over the last several months. Spending absolutely quality time with this leopardess and her two babies, Rulani and Shipuku. It has been such a beautiful story that's been playing out here, which is always nice.
We are sort of sitting at the edge of the basin, and we're at Aloe Lookout. So there's the Aloe Loop and there's the Aloe Lookout, and this is Aloe Lookout, which overlooks, I would say, pretty much the center of the ridge. But we've got the drone up, and Morgan is piloting it around and showing us just exactly what it looks like from the sky. Quite a pretty start there. Basically, with the brown that you see is the empty riverbed. You can see those are all the reeds. So the reeds have died, and that's why they look that color, but everything's quite green around it. A lot of succulents on the flat open plains there, It is why it looks that beautiful green there. That's majority of what we call royal carpet. But have a look at that scenery. Amazing. Josh, so in the time that I've been around with the drone, I don't think we've really spotted many animals. There was an interesting time when we were in the Grand Canyon and we had a whole swarm of bees around the drone and they were not enjoying it. I'm not too sure if they thought it was just a bigger bee, they thought it was a bird, but yeah, there were a few that were flying around the drone. But other than that, nothing really too special. Most of the time, it's only just landscapes that we see with the drone, which is quite cool. I mean, it's a different point of view. It's always nice to be able to see what birds see when they're soaring above the environment as such. Think about, they look for prey when they're up this high. So something like a jackal buzzard, a yellow-billed kite, a black-winged kite, a common buzzards, pale-chanting goshawks, and they're flying up here. That's the height that they're looking at. They could be looking at the mountaintop, but some of them could also be looking all the way down to the bottom of the basin. You must know that these birds have amazing eyesight. And there you can see us on the little lookout spot. There many sundowners have been had before, but also a morning coffee stop as well.
Well, from a lion tail to a leopard tail, we are back on Kuchava's tail. She's lying pretty much right up in this tamboiti tree now, not great visual at all. You just can see the hind end, and that is about that. I think she is going to rest there for the day. She's got a lovely little spot there, a little canopy. It's like an umbrella that's formed above her with this tamboiti tree. It's a perfect spot. On a nice day like this, I don't think she's going to do too much. She's got a full belly. Where's the rest of the kills? Finished. Still there. I still see a little piece. Not much left. Wow, and you can pass this spot here without even noticing that she's going to be up in this tree. But yeah, we definitely had some quality time with this female this morning. Mike, yeah, she's chosen a perfect spot there. A lovely spot. Couldn't ask for a better spot for a leopardess. I'm sure I'm not too sure actually. I'm not going to run with that, but maybe she might be here this afternoon.
Oh, my favorite group of birds, as I always say, the vultures. This is a white-backed vulture, or two white-backed vultures. I'm just looking at them. There's definitely a nest in this tree. The tree is quite leafy, which is nice because the nest is fairly invisible from below. But what I can see there looks to be one adult and one youngster. The one on the right has got very white, fluffy kind of feathers around the head, and the one on the left not as much. So I think we're looking at an adult on the left and a youngster on the right. It makes my heart so good to see the number of white-backed vultures that I'm seeing on this property. I think Sandringham is a really special and quite important property from a breeding perspective for these birds. There are a number of nests. I would actually love to know how many white-backed vultures are nesting here, but I think Endangered Wildlife Trust has been doing some work here. Gert says he believes they may have been helping with putting up the discs and things on the power lines. DT it is. It's amazing, and considering what's been happening with the vultures, it's just really heartwarming to see how many nests, how many successful breeding pairs there seem to be, and just really great to know that this is a safe haven for them. I see the youngster has made his way back he's kind of sitting on the nest now, probably just really enjoying the warm sun warming them up. The adult has turned towards the sun, and an adult vulture will have a bit of a brood patch on the front of its, kind of on its chest area, and also the area around its crop is quite bare. So by facing the sun, they actually that warm or that bare patch of skin is then warmed up by the sun's rays, and just like an elephant with the back of the ear, the blood from that area can then go and warm the body after a nice cold night. So you'll often find birds kind of facing into the sun with that bare section, the brood patch or the crop area.
How beautiful is this? This is absolutely stunning. Now, I'm not too sure who this is. I just know it's a lioness. And she's salivating, eh? See the saliva that's hanging down. She's salivating and she's looking around. And there wasn't just one lion track on the road now. There was several. So I wonder if she hasn't fallen behind and she's trying to locate the rest of the pride. But yeah, she's beautiful young lionesses. She's sitting right on top of this termite mound. Nicely elevated. And I think the whole idea of that is that she's trying to see where the rest of the pride members went. I think they might have gone south the other way she's looking. And the light on her as well is absolutely gorgeous. As pretty as they come. Leopards, lions, all happening on a Wednesday morning. Definitely a wild whisker Wednesday. Yeah, in the northern Sabi Sand. So we've got 3 Nkuma females here. That is nice. I am very, very chuffed about that. A little bit of bonding between the individuals here. A little bit of grooming, allo grooming, so they do groom one another, just to keep that bond between the pride members nice and strong, especially in Nkuma females. So the Nkuma pride consists of 7 females and 1 young male. And it's a formidable pride. 7 girls. They are very much specialists at bringing down buffalo.
Well, certainly have spotted something up in the tree. It wasn't me, it was Gert. He's got amazing eyes, and it is an impala leg by the looks of things. Now, whether the leopard is there or not, from this angle it's really quite tricky to see how much of the meat is left, but this is definitely a leopard kill. Whether there's much left or whether the animal has fed and moved on and now that's just the remnants is yet to be seen. It's very open country here. There's not a lot of place for a leopard to hide. So if he is still feeding, he or she, you know, he might be down on the ground at the moment. There's a little bit of scrub below the tree. I've had a good look in my binoculars, or with my binoculars, should I say, and it certainly doesn't look like there is any leopard in that tree. The only place he could hide is in that kind of thickest section up to the right, but I've scanned there with my binoculars, so I think either the leopard has moved on or it could be resting down on the ground. But it is super exciting. This is what I was hoping to find in my river drive this morning. I was scanning the trees, looking for any sign of carcasses hanging that we could come and scout out. So Gert has done a fantastic job of spotting that leg there. Just gonna stand by here for a while and see if there's any movement around.
Well, this is one way to start this afternoon's sunset safari on this wild, wacky whisker Wednesday with a beautiful leopardess sitting pretty much in the shade of a big tamboti tree, panting away in the heat. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Cedric, and behind the camera with me, we've got Muscles and Paw. And, well, we are definitely looking forward to this afternoon's drive. I think it's going to be absolutely marvelous. But for now, we are just going to sit a little bit here with old Kuchava. Still same area where she was this morning. She's still got a little bit of a kill that's up in a tree, not much left. And well, as you can see, it is a very, very warm afternoon here in the northern Sabi Sands. And well, summer is on its way. But joining us this afternoon on our sunset safari in Sandringham, we're going to have Maxine and Gert. And all the way down in Amakhala, in the Eastern Cape, at Eric and Morgan. And I'm sure we're all looking forward to a fantastic drive today.
Oh, so we've had quite a few Ellies moving in and out. The one that is closest to us, though, has been fairly static. He's moved a little bit, but what we noticed, and we actually saw him the other day, is that this particular elephant has either a deformity in his right back leg or an old injury that's causing him to walk with quite a severe limp. But certainly his right back hip is quite a bit lower than his left hip, or you only have a back hip, should I say. His right hip is quite a bit lower than his left hip, and that back leg, he walks on it, but he kind of swings it in a strange way. But he seems to be bringing up the rear of the herd, and while we've been here, has moved very little. The rest of the elephants have all moved a lot more than he has. So I think that's his way of getting by. He'll kind of keep up with the herd, but then when they do stop to feed, he seems to just stay in one place for quite a long time. Kezia, so common injuries with elephants would be from bulls fighting with each other, tussling with each other. So those, they put their ivory to good use and poke each other with it when they are having fights. So you sometimes find them with holes from a tusk. Often it's just superficial. Their skins are really tough and it heals up pretty well. But a bull elephant can kill another elephant with a puncture from a tusk. It can go into a lung or penetrate some other vital organ. Amazing how he's walking with that back leg like that, though. I'm just looking at the size of the back legs, and there seems to be his right back leg is definitely not as chunky as the left one, so the muscles obviously not being in use have started to atrophy there, even right up into his hip
We've managed to catch up with our zebras. You can see they're just taking it easy. Oh, look at that one. Wants to get up. It's not too difficult for them to get up. The other one looks like he or she is having a good nap and enjoying. Oh, what are you doing, nibbling the other one? Oh, a little roll over. Roly-poly. Oh, did you see how much dust came off that zebra? Good scratch. Something annoying them. It's times like this where you'll find ticks moving around on them. And sometimes this is when they latch on and they lie down in the long grass. Obviously this is not really long grass, but it's also not necessarily tick season. Sometimes it's a bit cold for the ticks at this point of the year. However, it's not impossible. It's just more unlikely. Very good. This is a bond strengthening activity. Resting on each other, but also grooming each other. We've seen this many a times before. We call it hello grooming. It's usually quite nice they do it to each other. Donald, the stripes differ from different zebras. In fact, sometimes males might have darker, thicker bands than the females do, but obviously each zebra's stripes will be unique. It's very possible that you might have similar stripes with mares and their foals. Their little babies. There are some stripes that can be very, very similar, and you can see. We know which one is your mother. Obviously, if they're standing next to each other, you can see the resemblance. But each and every zebra will have its own unique stripes. It's very fascinating.
It's moving away. It's like very unfazed about the lion's presence. It's almost like he knows that. They go. Oh, he's gonna go. They're trying to chase it. Oh, yo, that was. Wow. That was amazing, everybody. But it's just the one female. The other two are just sort of, yeah. That was incredible.
Oh my goodness, everyone, I can hardly speak. I can actually hardly speak. So we are parked a long way away and the camera is at full zoom. And I'm going to try my best to sneak us closer very slowly because at the moment, I think it's a female. From this distance, I could be wrong, but just looking at the size, I think it's a female. And she looks pretty relaxed with us. So we're going to keep it this way. We're going to keep her relaxed. I'm going to spend some time at this distance and then we'll slowly sneak ourselves forward. But oh my goodness, everyone, the third sighting of leopard on Sandringham. How special is this? She's moved the carcass a little bit from where it was this morning, but there's still quite a bit of meat left on there. Oh, I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Oh my word. There's a cub, everyone. There's a little one with her. Oh my word. Everyone, I don't know what to say. Oh, just to the left of her, there is a little one. There's a cub. Oh my goodness, guys, this is like 500 million times more than than I could ever have dreamed of. I need to remember to keep my voice low. That is a little cub, everyone. That cub is being so playful with the meat, and that is dangerous because cubs often end up dropping their mum's kills. And look, I think it's too little to be able to move the whole kill enough to drop it, but that little piece that it's been playing with might end up getting dropped, and then we just don't know if there are any hyenas around. Oh, this is just magic. This is just absolute magic, everyone.
Wow, I can't believe this. We've got a rose eagle owl that is sitting on the ground next to us. I mean, we drove past and paused, but there's an owl next to us. And it hasn't moved, so I just want to double check if it's not like a stuffed toy or something. But it's not. It was definitely blinking, and as you can see, the reflection of the pupils. So this is amazing, and it's a youngster. So it's like a juvenile of a rose eagle owl. So I think we're not too far from the Molawati drainage line where we kept on seeing those adults. I think this must be one of the youngsters here. It hasn't moved. Has it blinked? No, this is very strange. And it's just staring at us. Wow. But I wonder if it's not waiting here for maybe the adults to come with maybe some food. I'm not too sure. But look, definitely this is not a fully grown rose eagle owl. Definitely not. Oh, Linda, it's been an absolute eventful afternoon. Trust me, it's been really fantastic. You know, from start to right to the end. I mean, this is the strangest ending I've had for a long time. I mean, yeah, as I say, it usually try and think that this owl might turn its head and look to the side, or just do something like just show that it's alive. Well, besides the winking part, so shame. Very, very strange. But what a sighting. Great sighting. Something that we don't get to see every day. And well, Linda Poley, I'm sure you're watching. I think you are watching because you did send a comment a little bit earlier on. I know, Linda Poley, this is your favorite bird or your favorite animal or bird. It was an owl. So, yep, there it is. A beautiful owl. I never know, maybe this might fly up into a tree later on, but yeah. Oh, fantastic, everybody. That was What a Drive. Leopards, lions, owl. It has been a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, and definitely I enjoyed it. And I'm going to say a very, very good night from Muscles and Paul, and from myself, and we shall see you again tomorrow morning. Good night.
Well, wow, everyone, I'm still kind of speechless. I hope you enjoyed the drive this afternoon as much as I did. It's been absolutely spectacular. I don't really know what to say other than thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll be able to share it with you again tomorrow. Goodbye, and see you in the morning.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we really hope that you enjoyed this beautiful sunset safari, and we hope that you will all join us tomorrow morning as we head out again for the sunrise safari. Until then, hope you enjoy the rest of your lovely Wednesday.